In this lesson, we are going to continue work on function notations. And part 1 we have done from input. We give x a value, then find the output, find the value of f at x. So f at x is just a name for a function. So function's name is f, the input is x. So together is one thing. Don't break them apart, okay? So it's just name, like a person's name, Robert. So f at x is just one name. So first example is we have two functions given. F at x is a quadratic function and g at x is a linear function. It asks you to determine the input x when g at x equals 7. So it means the output is 7. The g at x is 1. Thing is output is 7. We sub in 7 for g at x and 2x plus 1. 7 equals 2x plus 1 now is a linear equation. And for linear equation, because the degree is 1, for linear equation we are going to solve for x, means isolate x. We move the numbers to other side. When we solve for x, we do the backward of backmath. So it means we do the adding, subtracting first. We do the backward. So we do the plus 1 first. We move it to other side of 2x. So opposite operation is minus 1. So 7 minus 1 give you 6 equals 2 times x. All you could think is minus 1 from both sides. Plus 1 minus 1 is 0. So plus 1 is gone. Then after that, we are going to do the division multiplication. So 2x means 2 times x. We want to isolate x. We want to move the 2 to other side by doing opposite operation. Multiplication, opposite is division. So we divided 2 to both sides. So 2x divided by 2 give you 1x. 6 divided by 2 give you 3. So now we know when x equals 3, the output will be 7. And it represents a point on the graph for g at x. So the final answer, you just write x equals 3, then it is right, but you should know what x3 represents. X equals 3 represent when the y value is 7, the point on the graph is 3. So 3, 7 is a point on g at x. So we are going to do the next question. F at x equals 8. So look at the function f instead of function g. So f at x equals 8. Replace f at x with 8. The output y value is 8. And look at this equation, you will see this is not linear because the highest degree is 2. So it is a quadratic equation. For quadratic equation, we need to make sure one side is 0. So we move the 8 to other side by doing opposite operation is minus. So we have 0 equals 8 minus 8 give you 0. 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 minus 8 give you minus 7. Then this is a quadratic equation. We have 3 terms, so we could use a x game. And if you didn't use x game before, it's okay. You could just write, okay, times together, we need to find two numbers. Times together equals AC. So times together is AC equals negative 21. And I together is the middle number at front of the x is minus 4. Then you are looking for the two numbers. Times together is negative 21. I together is negative 4. So you could use the x game. It's just times on the top I at the bottom, then we look for the two numbers. So two numbers times together is negative 21. We want to find the factors of 21. So we keep divide 21 divided by 1, 2, 3, keep going. 21 divided by 1 is 21. So 1 times 21 give you 21. 21 divided by 2 is not divisible, so we don't have factor 2 for 21. Then we try 21 divided by 3, give you 7. So then we continue for 5, 6, not divisible, then 7, 21 divided by 7 is 3, repeat, so we don't need it. We have two pairs of factors for 21. Then I together is negative 4. They are the two numbers we are going to use. So these two numbers, factors, I together need to be negative, so the larger number need to be negative. Then times together, these two numbers times together equals negative. So one negative, another one need to be opposite. Negative, positive, negative, positive. Then we check positive 1 minus 21 times together is negative 21, but add together is negative 20, not negative 4, so it doesn't work. 3 negative 7 times together, it is negative 21. Add together is negative 4, so the positive 3, negative 7 works. And from here, before we just use most of teachers here use a box, and if you don't want to use a box, I will show you other method. Okay, so one method is called box method, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. How to put numbers into these 4 boxes? The first term x squared is inside the first box. And the number we found, they are the 2, 3 box. So 3, remember we need to put the variable x here. And the negative 7, we put variable x. 3x minus 7x give you the middle term. So we rewrite the middle term to 2 terms. And the last term is inside the last box, negative 7. So once we have this area, then we are going to look for the side. We are going to find the common factor for the first row, 3x squared, 3x. For common factor, it means for the numbers, we are looking for the greatest number that could go into each number. So 3, 3, the greater number could go into 3 is 3. And for the variable, we are going to use the lowest degree from the same variable. So x squared, x means degree 1. Lowest degree is 1, so we put 1, x to x1 and 1 here. So the 3x is a common factor for 3x squared and 3x. And after that, we are going to do 3 divisions. Each box divide by the one side to get other side. So inside the box is area, and these two sides is length and width. Area is 3x squared. One side is 3x, the other side we do the division. 3x squared divided by 3x give you 3 divided by 3 is 1, x squared divided by x, the degree subtract 2 minus 1 give you 1, so x to x1 1. And after that, use a second box divided one of the side, 3x divided by 3x give you positive 1. Then third box divided by this one side is x. Negative 7x divided by x give you negative 7. And the last box we just check. One side is 1, another side is negative 7. 1 times negative 7 give you negative 7. So it works. And these two sides length and width are the factors for this area, and this area is equivalent with this expression. So we rewrite it: 0 equals 3x minus 7 times x plus 1. So this is box my third. Each bracket may be 0. So 0 times another bracket will give you 0. So if this one is 0, 0 times this bracket will give you 0. So each bracket will let it to equal to 0 and solve for x. And you will see we lower the degree from 2 by factoring. We lower it to degree 1. They are the linear equation. For linear equation, we do the same thing, itemize backward, isolate x. So minus 7, we move it to other side by doing opposite operation is plus 7. Then 3x equals positive 7, and move the 3 to other side is division. Then x equals 7 over 3. So this is one of the input will give you output for f at x, 8. And this one, just move the plus 1 to other side, give you negative 1. So therefore, the input could be x equals 7 over 3 and x equals negative 1. Both will give you the output 8. So on the graph, you will have 7 over 3, 8, and also negative 1, 8. They are the 2 points on the graph. So this is box method, and I want to go a little bit further for the factoring. So I will show you other method. So 3x squared minus 4x minus 7. And it doesn't matter which method, always you need to find a times c is negative 21. I together is negative 4. You always want to find these two numbers. So we have find it is negative 7 and 3. And another method that you could use is cross multiplication. And that is a method you could use that you can, by looking at the question, you can get the answer right away. So we start from 3x squared. 3 is a prime number, so you don't have other choice. It's only 1x and 3x. So 1x times 3x gives you 3x squared. And after that, how to find the other numbers inside the bracket using these two. So the cross, 1 equals 3, 1 equals negative 7. If we put negative 7 here, negative 7 divided by 3 is not divisible, so we have to put this 3 here. So these two numbers times together need to be positive 3. So 3 divided by that positive 3 divided by 3 give you positive 1. So 1 times 3 give you 3. This cross works. Another cross need to be equal to negative 7. So 1 times a number equals negative 7 is negative 7. So by doing the cross multiply, these two numbers equals to the number that you got from the times together equals AC, add together equals negative 4, then you are able to find those two numbers that you don't have quickly. So x plus 1, 3x minus 7, always you could double check x plus 1, 3x minus 7 to see if it works. So distributive property, x times 3x is 3x squared, x times negative 7, so first term times each term in the second bracket is minus 7x. Then second term times each term in the second bracket plus 1 times 3 x give you 3x. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. You collect the like terms, it will give you 3x squared minus 4x minus 7. So see, these two factors times together give you the original question, so it works. So that is another way to do the cross multiplication, the factoring. And I would like to give you another example. So 6x squared minus 2 then minus x. So let's try this question. So this question we are going to start with finding two numbers times together is AC. So A times C is 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And I together is negative 1. So from the 12, we are going to find the factors of 12. So we keep going. So 12 divided by 1 is 12. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So we want to try 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the division to find all the pairs of factors of 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Then 24. 12 divided by 4 give you 3. It will repeat. We only want all the pairs that are not repeated. So this is 4 times 3. They are same, so we don't want this one. So we just cross it. We stop here because all the others is just repeat those factors. We only have 3 unique pairs of factors of 12. So this is negative. I together is negative 1, so they are the two numbers times together is 12. And we need to decide the sign. So I together negative, the larger number of your factors found need to be negative. Then for sure the two numbers add together will give you negative. So larger number must be same sign as the sum of the two numbers. Then times together is negative, so one number is negative, another number need to be positive in order to get the product is negative. So all the other numbers is positive. Add together you will see, okay, positive 3, negative 4 give you negative 1. And for this question is a little bit tricky is the 6. You could have x 6x. But also you could have 2 and 3. So you have two possibilities and we are going to see which one works. So after that we know that the cross have to be equal to 3 and negative 4. No number integers times 6 will give you 3 and negative 4. So the first one doesn't work. Then we try the second one. So which number times 3 give you 3 of negative 4? It will be 3 because negative 4, no numbers, integers times 3 give you negative 4. So we are going to put 3 there and another cross is negative 4 at the bottom. Now positive 3 divided by 3 give you 1. So 1 times 3 give you positive 3. And which number times give you negative 4? Negative 4 divided by 2 give you negative 2. So this 2x plus 1, 3x minus 2 are the answers. Then you could double check. First time first, 6x squared, yes. Last times last, 1 times negative 2 give you negative 2 is correct. The cross is positive 3, negative 4. Positive 3x minus 4x give you negative x, so it works. So this is how we do the factoring by using the cross multiply. First step is finding the two numbers. Two numbers need to satisfy times together equals a times c. So the a is from the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c. So a times c. number at front of x squared times with constant, and add together is a b value. So 3 numbers, you need to use all of them. Then these 2 numbers are the cross multiply. Okay, so that is for the solving quadratic equation by factoring. So now we go back to this question. So the next one, it asks you find the x value will make these 2 output equals. So it's kind of you are looking for the point of intersection of the 2 graph. Okay, so 3x squared, we are going to sub in f at x is 3x squared minus 4x and plus 1. And g at x is 2x plus 1. And look at the highest degree, this is degree 2, so it's not linear. We are not able to isolate. We don't have only linear x, then we cannot collect the like terms, so we are not able to isolate x. So we are going to make sure that for quadratic equation, we want to make sure one side is 0 by moving all the terms to other side. And when we move the terms to other side, we do the opposite operation. So plus 2x becomes minus 2x, plus 1 move to other side is minus 1. Then we collect the like terms, 3x squared by itself, negative 4x minus 2x give you minus 6x. Plus 1 minus 1 is 0, so we don't have to write it. Then we have 2 terms. If we have 2 terms, we always want to try the common factor. So common factor you can think is area with 1 by 2 boxes. So first box is first term, second box is second term. Then we find a common factor, 3 and 6. The common factor is, you could use a factor tree to find the common factor. So 3 is a prime number, only 1 times 3. And for the 6, we have, this is even number, so could be divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 give you 3. Then you will see 3 equals 1 times 3. 6 equals, they are the 2 prime number, we don't want to go further. Then from the 3 and 6, the common factor, 1, 3 is factor of 3, 2, 3 is a factor of 6. The common factor from 3 and 6 is 3. So this is we call common factor. And for the variable, we are looking for the lowest degree. So 2, 1, this is 1, so this is common. Both of them have x to the exponent 1 for the variables. So 3x squared divided by 3x, this is area, we find the side. We give you 1x. Negative 6x divided by 3x, negative 6 divided by 3 give you negative 2. X divided by x, 1 minus 1 give you 0, so no x. Then this is our factor form. So 3x, this is one side. Another side is x minus 2. Then we have these 2 factors. We could think this one in brackets. So each bracket equals 0. 3x equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. Then we solve for x. Move the 3 to other side. Opposite operation is division. So 0 divided by 3 is 0. And minus 2 move to other side is plus 2. So x equals 2. And these are the 2 solutions for this f at x equals g at x. So x equals 0 and x equals 2, which will make the graph the y value same at x equals 0 for the 2 graph, and x equals 2 at this point, the 2 y values will be same. So this is for f at x equals g at x. Then we are continue to see the example 2. So this one is 2 graphs given. Then we want to evaluate f at g at -5. So you treat this one as package. We are going to go from the very inside package first. So g at -5. This is g at x. Input -5 means x equals -5. G at -5, you are looking for the y. So we are looking for the -5, then the y value is 5. And this one is your g at -5. So each point on the graph is x, then g at x. So we know g at -5 equals 5, then the whole thing will becomes, we are looking for f at 5. We put the g at -5 value here, input is 5, so we look for 5. Then we are looking for the y value, you will see it's -4. And this -4 is your f at 5. And when x equals 5, what's the y value? That is the, so the whole thing we have is f at g at -5 equals f at 5, then equals -4. So go inside, sub in this, then we find x equals 5, y equals 1. So that is when 2 graphs given, then we are going to find from the x equals 5, find the y value, that is input for function f. So this f, we find f, then we find the -4. And this is our final answer. So another question we want to see, we call this one composite of functions. 2 functions to create a third function. The third function is combine these 2 functions. So h at x equals -2 times function f, we sub in the function f, then -2 g at x plus 2. So this is g at x, we change this one to x plus 2. Then this is g at x plus 2. Then we sub in this one by using its equivalent, so it's -4 bracket x plus 2 bracket. Then after that, we just need to find the simplify it. So -2 times x, -2 times 5, then -2 times -4 first is 8. The 8 times each term now is positive. So 8 times x, 8x. 8 times 2 is 16. Then collect the like terms. -2x plus 8x is 6x. -10 plus 16 give you 6. So we know the h at x equals 6x plus 6. Then h at 5 is not that hard. It's just 6 times 5 plus 6. Then we have 30 plus 6 is 36. So this is one way to do it. Another way you could do it is h and 5 is connected to -2. We sub in the 5 right away. Then -2 times g, 5 plus 2. So what you have to find is f at 5 and g at 7. Then sub it back. So this one 5 plus 2 give you 7. After 5, we put in 5 plus 5 give you 10. And G at 7, we put in negative 4 times 7, give you negative 28. Then we sub into H at 5 equals negative 2 times F at 5 is 10, then minus 2 times negative 28. You will have negative 10 plus 56, then 20, then we have 36, and you will see both methods, they are correct. So this is all for today's lesson, and thanks for watching.